And out here, everything's dessert.
Dessert? Desert.
Desert or dessert, depending upon what you're in the mood for, right? Well, we had a pretty good time at Rocky Mountain National Park. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the whole park. We're a week too late on the first snowfall that closed the Trail Ridge Road, which is the main road. But we'll get back there and see it different time of the year. Off to our next stop. Not quite sure where it's going to be yet. Everything's kind of fluid. Just kind of taking things by, you know, wherever we end up. Well, we just went through huge upgrade and then downgrade right across the top of the mountain. But we're right in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. So check it out. We got a lake. You see all the snow-colored peaks. Well, this is the first leg of our journey after Rocky Mountains. Once we get through here, it's gonna be all desert and arid. Lisa's having a bad day. The milk jumped out of the refrigerator. Well, we just went across the Rocky Mountain Pass on I-70. And Lisa, I think that's it for the green. It's all desert from here to Pacific Ocean. Everything looks kind of brown and barren. Well, we made it to our spot for the evening. We're still in Colorado, but we're about 30 miles from Utah, the border. And our first campground didn't work out so good. We pulled in there and they're closed for the weekend. Never heard of it, a campground closed for the weekend, but we decided at that point there, let's just get, instead of a mom and pop, let's just get a KOA. You always know what you're getting at a KOA, but finally we got some rock, we have grass, it's not raining. So we're cleaning the mud out from all the rain and the dirt that we were parked in for the last couple days and get it all cleaned up. I picked this up at one of the truck stops and it's a little bat. It's made for hitting the tire to check it. And what you're doing is you're listening for that sound, and as long as they all sound about the same is the theory, that they all have about the same air pressure in them. Just a quick, easy way to check to make sure that your tires all have air in them. You don't have one that's really low. But it also doubles up and it does this. So we're in the game room at the KOA. Somewhere in Colorado, I'll get that in a second, but they've got this ping pong table here with the 4 things on it. I've never seen anything like that. If you know what that is or how to play it, let me know. Lisa said it's called Polypong. The name of the town is Grand Junction, Colorado. But check it out. Look at all that mountain range there. It's like all around us. Do you see it? Even behind us. Pulled off at a little pull-off section. It's called Salt Wash. It's right off the highway. Right there's Interstate 70. Check this out. All the canyons and the color of the red. This area here is responsible for most of the fossils you see in the museums, according to the sign right here. Lisa went back up in the RV. There's the RV. Lisa's sitting in there all warm with the dogs. We just pulled over to get some fuel, and I noticed in the mirror over there something's flapping, so I got to check that. I'm not sure what that price is. We're someplace about 60 miles from Colorado, 30-40 mile an hour gusts on the wind. Absolutely ridiculous. 170, almost $171, 48 gallons. it's not that cold. It's like 40 something. Well, I guess it is kind of cold, but man, is it windy. I noticed another problem. The ender fender thing here is busted loose too. Some of these roads are really bad. I think we're gonna fix that with a zip tie. I got this giant zip tie that I brought with me. For what reason, I have no idea, but here we go, we're gonna use it. I don't think it's as cold as it should be, but the wind just takes the heat, any heat you got right out of you. Hey Lisa, you know what we should do?
Oh,
we should make a video of the tools that we bring on board.
Okay. That
So
sounds good.
I think people can use that.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Because we bring a lot more stuff than normal, because I do not want to be stranded in the middle of Nowhereville.
And you're rather talented.
Thank you. So I had to work some MacGyver skills on that back deal there, get that thing zip tied up. I don't even know why I put that zip tie in the compartment, but it's been popping out for the last year, and I keep throwing it back in there, and then I just left it in there, and here we go, we used it. So make sure you bring zip ties. Zip ties and duct tape get you back on the road. But what a dramatic difference between the east side of the Rocky Mountains to the west side. East side is all lush with green, everything's green, and out here everything's desert.
Dessert? Desert.
Desert or dessert, depending upon what you're in the mood for, right? We're just driving along in the desert, the high desert, and it's snowing. Campsite. 40 degrees out right now. The wind's blowing about 30-40 miles an hour. The real problem is tonight it's supposed to get down to 18 so far. We just filled the onboard water. I got the furnace turned on for the first time. I'm trying to burn the dust off, so I got the fan running. I got the door propped open just so that we can get the dust burn smell out of here. We don't use the furnace when we sleep. I just got a phobia about sleeping with a propane anything running. We're only on 30 amps, so we'll use just one electric heater, and then that's it. But this campground's kind of unique. Let me show you around a little bit. Check it out. Every site, you get a picnic table, but it's in this hut. So that tells me that this place must stay windy, like most of the time. Looks like it needs a roof. Beetles or something working on some wood. Got a Mexican restaurant built into the campground, so that's pretty cool. And that's the office, that little A-frame looking building. So you can see we don't have our hose or nothing hooked up. No sewer, just our cord with a splitter going into 30 amps. Now that left a little bit of an issue that we're on 30 amps. The problem is we definitely have to have the block heater plugged in tonight and able to start that thing in the morning. And we're trying to look up to see how much it draws. That was like the only thing I didn't take into my calculations when I measured everything on the RV was the block heater. So some of them say 1,000, some say 1,500. So I'm going with 1,500, and then our portable space heater draws 12.5 amps. So we're getting up, 26, 27 amps. So we're real close to maxing out the 30 amps. So we're a little nervous with that. We got the heater going, just doing a test. It's on high, so it's 1,500 amps or 1,500 watts. And then we got the block heater plugged in, and I got a little fan just trying to move some air to the back. But got to see if it works now, because the circuit box with the breakers in it, for some reason it's got a padlock on it. So we need to, if something's going to trip, we need to trip it now while they can come and reset it. So there's the girls. They're not all in a dog knot, so everything's good, but it might be a 3-dog night tonight. All right, check it out. Just getting ready to leave. It's 20 degrees out, 19-ish, and we got the foil thing that goes in the window, and I pull it back, and that's ice on the inside of the RV. So I guess I'm gonna have to get that ice scraper out that we got from Walmart. Yeah, so we're getting ready to pack up. That's how much wood we had to put underneath. I was really worried about blowing a breaker last night. And you can see they've got the breaker box locked for some reason. So if we would have tripped the breaker at 2 in the morning, we would have been without power. Yeah, so we're sitting at the campground last night. It was getting cold and got a knock on our door, and it was our neighbor, Jamie, his wife Gina. They brought us over biscuits and gravy. I just wanted to say thank you guys again. Excellent. It was great meeting people on the road. Stopped to get some groceries at the Walmart. We're in Mesquite, Nevada. What a difference. This morning, 8 o'clock. Leave the campground, it's 20 degrees. Drove 3 hours west, 65 degrees here. It's crazy. You ready to get some more sleep? I'm worried about how much you sleep. You sleep a lot. Made it to our spot right outside of Death Valley, and it's kind of just like a gravel parking lot area. You see all the RVs. Lisa's walking the dogs. It's right off a main road. I mean, the main road's like right there. Yeah, the car for towing it is in serious need of another car wash. This morning, 20 degrees when we left. 350 miles later, it's 80 degrees now, and there's no humidity. What are you doing? What you waiting on, huh? Yeah.